In this segment, I'm going to be talking about some modern uses for a studio patch bay. I've had a studio for most of my life, and a few years ago my friend Tim Condon suggested that I get a patch bay. So I did, and it turned out to be pretty awesome. I bought the Neutrik NYS-SPP-L1, which is half normaled by default, but you can pull the little PCBs out and flip them around if you want to use it backwards. I'm on the website here, and let's look at the diagram for how the signal flow works. So when nothing is connected on the front, each channel of the jacks on the back share a signal path, so you can connect the outputs of something to the inputs of something. And in the little picture here, so A and B on the rear have this line that goes along and connects them, so they are together. The jacks on the top on the front share signal with the jacks on the top on the back, so you can connect a second piece of gear without breaking the connection between the top and bottom jacks on the back. So that's A on the front and rear, a line straight across, which is still connected to B on the bottom. So all three things connected. When you plug into the jack on the bottom on the front, it breaks the connection between the top and bottom jacks on the back, and it connects directly to the jack on the bottom on the back. So in the second picture, you can see there's a straight line across from the top jacks, and then when you plug in the bottom, that's what's making this go straight across to B. So signal straight through on the bottom, signal straight through on the top, nothing between the top and the bottom in that way. So here's how I'm using this patch bay in my studio. I have a little spreadsheet that I use to keep track of what's connected to what. So you can see here, back top has got like Apollo on 1 and 2, the output, and then back bottom is Apollo channel 5 and 6 back in. So it's like out of the Apollo, back into the Apollo, which means that channels 1 and 2 are connected to the outputs, which is feeding back into two channels. This allows me to output a stereo signal from my DAW into a processor like a Chaos pad or a guitar pedal, and then record it back into the computer in real time. Okay, so for this example, I just borrowed a Strymon Night Sky from Long McQuaid, and I've patched it into the patch bay, so you can see the wires going out of the top, left, right there, into the unit, and then on the bottom, back in that loop. So this is what it sounds like when you put some music through it. Whoa. I can also patch a stereo line level signal into channels 1 and 2 on the bottom and record directly into the computer for like an iPad or a synth. Channel 3 is a single input to the interface where I can connect any kind of mono line output like a mic preamp. And so channel 3 just by itself there's just that one little input. Channels 21 and 22 are connected to the outputs of my 2-channel mic preamp. Right here, Trans-X mic pre out 1 and 2, which is feeding into an audio interface on my other computer. That's UR22C here, 1 and 2. For streaming on Twitch, I often patch the mic preamp into a field recorder when I'm making videos, like right there. So here's an example of how I record my SM7 through my microphone preamp here. Hello, you can see the lights. And then it's going into the patch bay. So on this one, it's actually channel 21, which is what's connected to channel 1 on the mic pre. And then I've got that with that wire going into the field recorder. And so on channel 1 on the field recorder, it's my lav mic, but if I go over to the microphone and talk into the SM7, you can hear that it's a different microphone and it has different qualities. Channels 22 and 23 are a mirrored main output from my audio interface. It's connected on the back of the Patchbay to a second set of speakers, which is like over there. I can also patch into these outputs if I want to capture the output of my computer to a field recorder, which is what I do a lot with videos. I hope you found this video useful. I tried to pack a lot of information into a small space. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.